everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Everett here. I want to talk to you about a little hack that I found. I'm not responsible for this hack. A shout goes out to Alyn Wallace, I believe his name is. He's on YouTube. He's a astrophotographer and a photographer over in Europe. So the problem I was having, where I got this hack from, the problem I was having is my polar scope isn't illuminated. So it's what I use to polar align. I don't have a pole master or anything like that. So I don't use Sharp Cap. I don't have an ASI Air or ASI Plus or Air Plus. So the polar alignment for me it's all manual, which is fine. I have no problem with it. But my polar alignment scope is a standard scope, so it doesn't illuminate. It's a non-illuminated polar scope. Anyways, I've been having problems because when I'm in the dark and I'm trying to polar align, I can't see anything. It's really hard for me to. I have to shine a light, so I have to put my light over in front of the polar scope. So I'm down on my knees, and then I got to reach around to the front of the mount and shine a light down the hole that leads to the polar scope. So so that's what I've been doing since I got the mount. But so I saw this video, and this guy Alyn Wallace, he was talking about tricks on how to illuminate your polar scope if you have an unilluminated polar scope. And he had mentioned getting glow-in-the-dark tape, of all things, glow-in-the-dark tape, and just sticking it on the inside of the polar hole, or the polar scope hole. But the way my scope is, or not my scope, my mount, the way my mount is, there wasn't really a place to put that tape. So I tried a couple of different things. I actually took the circuit board off to gain access to the inside of the mount to see where the hole for the polar scope is. So I found it. It was just right behind the circuit board. And I tried to stick tape on the inside where the circuit board was that controls all the electronics and all that, and all the motors for the mount. But I couldn't, it wasn't sticking. It was a really tight area to get into with my hands and all that. And I just couldn't get it to stick. Anyways, I put everything back together, and I'm thinking, I just wasted $10 on a roll of glow-in-the-dark tape. And then I took some of the polar scope apart. Like I could actually remove the polar scope, but the polar scope actually came apart, which I didn't know it did. But it comes. I thought it was one piece. So I was fiddling around with it, and all of a sudden the barrel, I guess, it started coming loose. It started screwing off. I'm like, holy moly, okay, this comes apart. So sure enough, it came apart, and I'm going to show you here in a minute how it looks. And actually, you know what? Here, I'm going to put it back together. I'm just going to put it back together quickly so you can get a basic understanding of what my polar scope looks like. So this is my polar scope. So I look through this end, and then this end goes into the mount, and then it projects up through where the northern celestial pole is. So as you can see, I don't know if you can make it out, but do you see the crosshair? And then there's, like, it says Polaris there, I believe. You see a ring. I'm sorry about the the shoddy camera work, but I mean, you get the idea. There's Polaris in there, and there's the Big Dipper, and Cassiopeia. So there's constellations imprinted on the glass inside the polar scope. So when you look through it, if it's illuminated, those constellations, that graphic is illuminated. So what I did is I just untwisted it. It came apart. And this is the barrel I'm talking about. So this barrel here, I'm just going to tighten that down a bit because that came out a little bit. Okay. So now, as you can see, there's glass there, but there's no glass on this end. So what I did is I cut some tape and I just stuck it inside there, and it actually stuck pretty good. So now, where's my little headlamp? Oh, here it is. Okay. So now, what I'll do is if I put this back together, you won't be able to see unless I put like the thing. Oh, there. Okay, you see all the constellations there? So okay. So now what I'll do, I'll put it back together. Okay. All right, make sure that's nice and snug. Okay, so when the polar scope is inside the mount, okay, this is so cool. Now, the one drawback from this is I hope it's not too bright, but the thing is I think I can control the amount of light by just putting it on for a second or two just to get the tape illuminated, but because it's fairly sensitive, like it's pretty good. So just I'm gonna charge the tape up with my light. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna turn this on. So see how the light. Okay, so then all I do is I just put it on there like that. Okay, you see the light's coming through the scope. Okay, I'm gonna charge it up. Okay, and then I'll try and put it up to the camera as best I can so you can see. Okay, so then I'll turn this off. Okay, so now check this out. See that? So now I don't have to hold a light in front of my mount in order to see these constellations and to be able to make a good polar alignment. Pretty cool, eh? So that's my little hack. Again, Alyn Wallace, I believe his name is. I got the idea from him. It blew me away. Like as soon as I was able to do that. Now, obviously, I'm gonna have to go back every once in a while and check to make sure that the tape is still stuck. But I got a functioning illuminated polar scope now, so that's my hack. If you gain some knowledge, if you didn't know about that, there you go. If you're using a polar scope and you're wondering how to illuminate it, instead of spending, $80-90, however much they are for illuminated polar scope, there you go. It's a cheap $10 hack, and I got an illuminated polar scope. So yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to give me a like. It really helps my channel out. If you like the content so far, if you've visited my channel and you like the content, please subscribe. That would be great. Drop some comments down below if you've done this or if you know of this hack. And just comment in general if you want to start a conversation. And I hope everybody has a great night and clear skies. Thanks a lot.